Welcome to the session. Today I am going to take up the second PUC syllabus, and it is the continuation of principles of inheritance and variation. Up to the last class we have been studied the Mendelian principle of inheritance except the partial dominance or incomplete dominance. Remember, incomplete dominance is little deviated from the Mendelian principles, because in Mendelian principles there was no word by name, the partial dominance or incomplete dominance. There were only two words, the dominance and recessive. But in the incomplete dominance or partial dominance, the experiment of that was conducted by Karl Korrens. There was not only the red and the white, which are dominant and recessive characters respectively, but there was appearance of what? The pink colored flower, which was due to the incomplete dominance of the red over white, thereby an intermediate character was expressed. So it followed the Mendelian principles up to certain extent, but slightly deviated in the condition, that is the partial dominance or incomplete dominance. Here also the codominance is also one of the examples for little deviation from the Mendelian principles of inheritance, or to some extent it is an example for non-Mendelian inheritance. Now let us analyze how it is deviated from the typical Mendelian principle of inheritance. You have already been familiar about the term, the dominance and the recessive. The dominance is the character which is expressed both in homozygous and heterozygous condition, whereas recessive character is expressed only in the homozygous condition. If at all there is a factor for dominance, as like in heterozygous condition, the recessive character is not expressed. It is suppressed by the factor for dominance. Now let us know about what is codominance. To study this codominance, we have to take the example of the blood group in man. As you are aware that blood is a connective tissue, or even a fluid tissue. How many types of blood groups are there in man? There are the 4 types of the blood group mainly, and even of course there is the M blood group, N blood group, and then Mn blood group, like that. But they are less important and not taken into the mainstream. Hence totally there are only 4 main types of the blood group, that is A, B, AB and O. So totally we can say ABO blood group. So the blood group is mainly based upon the type of antigen found in the blood. So remember, the blood, the antigen is found on the surface of the RBC, corresponding antibody is found in the serum. Based upon the type of an antigen found, the blood groups are classified, and it was of course discovered by a scientist who was a Nobel laureate by name Karl Landsteiner. Karl Landsteiner in the year 1901. In some book it was given in 1900, and in some books it was given 1901, he was a Nobel laureate. He discovered the blood group. So A, B, AB and O blood group. So based upon the type of antigen found on the surface of the RBCs. If at all the antigen A is present, then the blood group is A with corresponding antibody in the serum. That is the B. A antigen, B antibody. Antibody is found in serum. Serum means plasma minus blood clotting protein by name fibrinogen. In the B blood group, the antigen B is present, but the antibody A. Whereas in the AB and the blood group, both antigens A and B are present, but no antibodies. Whereas in the O blood group, no antigens, but both antibodies A and B are present. And of course, here the blood group is not at all the given in the syllabus. We have to concentrate only on what is codominance and how the codominant factors are inherited and how the inheritance of the blood group occur from the parents to the offspring. The blood group, identification of the blood group is entirely a different chapter, and of course it was studied by you in your first PUC syllabus under the blood circulation. Anyhow, with the memory of the blood group, that is A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group and O blood group is purely based upon the type of antigen found on the membrane of RBCs. Now, let us know what is codominance. Codominance in the sense, suppose there are said to be the dominant factor, two dominant factors, one dominant factor is not dominant over the other and vice versa. Hence, the character controlled by these two dominant factors are expressed equally. That is the codominant factors. And the phenomenon is codominance. That means the codominance means it is the phenomenon wherein the two dominant factors express equally in heterozygous condition. One dominant factor is not dominant over the other and vice versa. That is what is called as the codominance. Now, the typical example for this is the blood group. Remember, each character of an individual is controlled by what? A gene. And the term factor was used by Mendel because he was not aware of the term, the gene. So here, the blood group is controlled by a gene by name I. I means it stands for isoagglutinogen. What is iso? Iso means similar or identical. What do you mean by agglutinogen? Agglutinogen is nothing but what? An antigen. An antigen. What is an antigen? Antigen is said to be of two types, natural antigen and then acquired antigen. In general, antigen is a foreign substance which induces the production of what? Antibody that in turn result in the development of an immunity system. Here, observe, the blood group is controlled by the gene I, which stands for the isoagglutinogen. Of course, the blood group is controlled by three alleles. That is one, IA, IB and capital I or sometimes it is used by the letter small I. And remember, IA and IB are dominant over small I. But IA is not dominant over IB and vice versa. That means IB is not dominant over IA because both of them are codominant factors. Whenever both are said to be present like this, in an heterozygous condition, one is not dominant over the other. The character of both is expressed equally, and such a condition can be referred as what? Codominance. Now, what are said to be the multiple alleles or multiple allelism or gene polymorphism like that? What do you mean by an allele? You already been studied in the beginning of principles of inheritance and variation while we were studying the Mendelian pattern of inheritance or Mendel's principles. What are alleles? An alternative form of a gene. For example, capital P is a gene, small t is an allele. Capital B is the gene, small b is an allele. Or in other words, the clear-cut definition of an allele is, it is a pair of genes controlling a pair of contrasting characters. That means, if at all a single character is expressed in more than one way or more than in one form, then it is called as an allele. For example, as I said earlier, under the Mendelian principles, the height of the character is expressed in two ways. That is, one is tall and other is dwarf. This is the contrasting character. Remember, it is one character, that is height of the plant, but expressed in two ways. And regarding flower color, one is violet and other is what? White. Violet and white are what? Contrasting characters of one character, that is flower character, flower color character, like that. But here multiple alleles means this is the many alternative forms or many forms of a single gene can be referred as what? The multiple alleles. For example, IA, IB and small I or I are the three alternative forms of a single gene by name capital I. That means here one gene I is having many alternative forms represented by IA, IB, small I or capital I like that. And many alternative forms of a single gene can be referred as what? Multiple alleles. And the phenomenon is called what? Multiple allelism or gene polymorphism. Poly means what? Many. Morph means what? Form. Many alternative forms of a single gene can be referred as what? Multiple allelism or gene polymorphism. Now, let us know what is this IA, IB, small I or I like that. Remember, IA and IB are dominant over what? Small I. Just like capital T is dominant over small t. Capital Y is dominant over small y like that as per Mendelian principles. But remember, IA and IB are not dominant over each other. IA is not dominant over IB and IB is not dominant over IA like that. Hence both of them are what? Codominants. As the result of which, the character controlled by these two alleles are expressed equally in an heterozygous condition like IA and IB. Both of them are expressed equally, thereby the blood group become what? AB blood group. That is the one. Now, how many blood groups are there? In the beginning itself I told you there are 4 types of the blood groups: A, B, AB and O. And then how many genes are responsible to control a blood group? 2 genes or 2 factors like that. How many alleles are there? 3 alleles: IA, IB and small I or capital I, like that. How many blood groups? 4 types of the blood groups. How many possible genotypes are there for these 4 types of the blood groups? There are 6 possible genotypes. Now let us go one by one. For blood group A, there are 2 genotypes: IA which is homozygous, and then IA small I. Here, as it is in homozygous condition, what type of blood group is expressed? A. In this heterozygous condition, that is IA small I, which is expressed, A blood group is expressed. Why? Because IA is dominant over small I, just like capital T is dominant over small t. As a result of which, the character controlled by small I is not expressed here. Only the character controlled by IA is expressed. Therefore, the blood group is A. And then the B blood group is controlled by IB, that is homozygous. And then the heterozygous condition, that is IB small I. Here also IB is dominant over what? Small I. Thereby the character controlled by small I is not expressed. Only the character controlled by the gene IB is expressed. Thereby the blood group is what? B. And then for AB blood group there is only one genotype, that is IA, IB. Why there is only one genotype for AB? This is because of the fact that both IA and IB are codominants. Therefore, the genotype is only one. And then the O blood group is controlled by the alleles small I, or in some book it is given capital I. But it is better to write as what? Small I. Because if you use small I, then we can easily understand it is a recessive condition and it is easier to understand. Now let us know what is this IA, IB and small I like that. Why this power index of the A and then B is written, and why not for the small I? Remember, IA, here A represents the ability to produce an antigen A on the membrane of RBCs. And of course, I stands for what? Isoagglutinogen. Agglutinogen means what? An antigen. Iso means what? Identical or similar. So that means here IA, the power index A represents, it has the ability to produce an antigen A, which is a sugar. Then IP, here B stands for an ability to produce an antigen B on the membrane of RBC. Whereas capital I or small I. Here there is no power index. That means this gene has no ability to produce any antigen as like that of IA and IP. That is the condition of all these three alleles. That means the three alleles have the ability to produce how many genotypes? 6 genotypes. For how many blood groups? 4 blood groups, what I have listed here. Now, let us analyze how it follows Mendelian principle and how it is deviated from the Mendelian principles or how it is true for non-Mendelian inheritance. For example, if we take the blood group A and B, if we take the blood group A and B, IA is dominant over what? Small I. And IB is dominant over what? Small I. Just like that of capital T is dominant over the small t. As a result of which, the A and the B blood groups are expressed as per Mendelian principle of inheritance. It is as good as Mendelian principle of inheritance. For example, if at all the A blood group person marries with O blood group the woman, what may be the genotype for the A? We have to take always the heterozygous condition rather than homozygous condition, because if we take the homozygous condition, naturally all the possible blood groups you don't get. If you take the heterozygosity, then naturally all the possible blood groups can be seen in the next generation or in their offspring. Hence, what may be the possible blood, the genotype, that is heterozygous genotype is capital I, A, and then small I. Here, small I. What may be, how many types of the gametes here? So, the gametes are capital IA and small I. Here only one, that is small I. If at all IA with small I, then IA small I. What is the blood group? A blood group. And why it is A blood group? Because capital IA is dominant over small I, as like that of the capital T for tallness is dominant over the small t which is recessive. So this is the typical Mendelian principle, remember. And then small I, this is O blood group. Similarly, if we take the B blood group, for B blood group, B into O, we have to take what? Heterozygous condition, IB small I. And here for, there is only one possible genotype, you look here. How many types of the gametes? 2 types of the gametes, IB small I and here small I. So this is what? The B blood group. Why this is B blood group? Because IB is dominant over small I, as like that of capital T for tallness is dominant over what? The small t. Here the IB is dominant over the small I which is recessive. Hence the blood group is B blood group, and this is the O blood group. Here also and here in these two schematic representations, you can see that there is the typical Mendelian principle of inheritance. Then how it is deviated from the Mendelian principle of inheritance? Only in the codominant factors or in codominance condition. For example, whenever a man with A blood group marries a woman with B blood group. What may be the possible blood groups of their children? Remember, for this we have to take what genotype, either homozygous genotype or heterozygous genotype. We have to consider only one heterozygous genotype. Why we have to take heterozygous genotype? Why not the homozygous genotype? I told you little bit earlier that if you take the homozygous genotype, you cannot see or you cannot observe all the possible blood groups in their offsprings. But if you take the heterozygous genotype, we can observe all possible blood groups in their generations. That's why we have to take only one heterozygous genotype. For A blood group, which is the heterozygous genotype? This is for man and this is the woman. This is the parents. This is the genetical norm. And this is the blood group. How many? Now, what may be the genotype? The genotype is IA and then small I. Heterozygous condition we have to take. And here, this is IB, small I. Then, how many types of the gametes you can get? You will get two types of the gametes. IA, small I. And here, IB, small I. Here two types, here two types. Whenever this fuses with this one, observe here, capital I, capital B. That means, capital IA is not dominant over the capital IB. And vice versa, because both are what? Co-dominants. What this condition is? Heterozygous condition. As a result of it, what type of blood group is resulted? AB blood group is resulted, because the character controlled by these two alleles are expressed equally because of co-dominance. Remember that point. Then, whenever this fuses with this small I, then the blood group is what? A. Because IA is dominant over what? Small I. This is according to Mendelian principle. And now, let us take up this one. IB, small I. What may be the blood group here? B. Why? Because IB is dominant over small I, which is for the O blood group and is recessive. And this also follows what? Mendelian principle of inheritance. Now, whenever this fuses with this one, you are going to get what? O blood group. Why the O blood group here is expressed? Because the small I is for O blood group and is recessive. For recessive character to be expressed, it should always be in what condition? Homozygous condition, and in the absence of the gene for dominant character. Thereby this is the blood group O. This also follows Mendelian principle of inheritance, which is deviated from the Mendelian principle of inheritance. Remember this one, AB blood group. This is the non-Mendelian principle of inheritance. It is totally deviated from the typical Mendelian principle of inheritance because of the fact that the IA and IB are what? Co-dominant factors or co-dominants. That is about the co-dominance. And here some of the marriages are given. That is A and B, A and O. A, B and O, A and A like that. So I have solved these two. If you can solve these two by taking the examples of the A and B blood group or A and O blood group, B and O blood group what I have dealt already. Then only you can understand the pattern of inheritance of blood group in man. So that's all about the codominance. Now let us know about what is known as the pleiotropic gene. What do you mean by a pleiotropic gene? Pleiotropic gene means multiple effect of a single gene is called pleiotropic gene. Multiple effect of a single gene. In general, a character is controlled by a pair of factors or by a pair of genes which together called as an unit. Say for example, capital T controls what? Tallness. Capital Y controls what? Yellow color in pea seeds. And then capital W controls what? Violet color for flower of pea plant. That means each pair of factors control a particular character. But remember here, a single gene controls the several characters or multiple effect of a single gene, or if more than one character is controlled by a single gene, then it can be called as a pleiotropic gene. You can say, take for example the gene capital B. Any character of an individual is not controlled by a single gene. It should always occur in a pair. If you consider capital B, then how many genotypes you can assess from this a single gene? So there are three possible genes. One is capital BB, another is capital B small b, and another is small bb like this. These are the three possible genotypes of the gene capital B. Here, the example for this pleiotropic gene is taken regarding or with reference to the synthesis of the starch. Now, let us take up one by one. Take this example for the first time. Let us take up this example. Capital BB, it is an homozygous and is in dominant condition. As a result of it, the starch synthesis is what? Quite high. As a result, the seed is completely round or spherical, loaded with heavy amount of the starch. So as a result, round seed is obtained. Now, let us take up this homozygous recessive genotype. Because of this recessiveness, the starch synthesis is quite lesser. As the result of it, the seed becomes what? Wrinkled like this. Because the starch that is synthesized when compared to the rounded seed is quite lesser. As a result of which, the seed shape becomes what? Wrinkled. Because of what? Because of the recessive condition of that gene. Now, let us take up the another genotype, that is the capital B and the small b, which is in heterozygous state. So this heterozygous genotype is not as effective as like that of this homozygous dominant genotype, or not ineffective as like that of this homozygous recessive, the small baby. It is an intermediate one. As a result of it, the seed is considerably larger, containing the sufficient amount of the starch and is with intermediate size between the round and the wrinkle. This seed contains lesser amount of the starch when compared to the rounded seed and more amount of the starch when compared to the wrinkled seeds. So thereby this is intermediate. Here, that means here you have seen the effect of a single gene in the different ways. So here the single gene is the capital B. You can see the multiple effect of this gene in these three seeds. As a result of it, one become round and another become the wrinkled and another is intermediate. This is what is known as the multiple effect of a single gene. Another example what prescribed in our syllabus is the phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria. So this is commonly called as PKU. This is nothing but the autosomal gene disorder which we are going to take up in the forthcoming classes in detail. So here regarding the star synthesis, we have been studying the pleiotropic gene or the multiple effect of a single gene. In the next class, I will take up the inheritance of the two genes or the dihybrid cross. Thank you, Ananda.